like pulling levers.
Have you guys seen Scary Movie 3?
Oh, back in the day, yeah. For sure.
So, I mean, George Carlin's in it. It's crazy the people that are in
George
it.
Carlin's
But,
in Scary Movie 3.
Yeah. and
George Carlin's like Vincent Van Gogh. He existed way like sooner than my mind remembers.
Who's that other comedian? He had like white hair. His first name was like Leslie.
Leslie.
He died. He was in
Leslie
Airplane.
Nielsen.
Oh, Leslie Nielsen, yeah.
Yeah, so he played the president in that movie.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, this is Biden. Because he's just like a super
Oh,
dumb
yeah.
president.
You remember Leslie
And
Nielsen
then he's talking
from
to the Native
Airplane?
American. Yeah, well,
Airplane.
he was in Scary Movie 3 also.
Yeah, but wouldn't you remember him from Naked Gun?
Naked Gun. Airplane.
Oh.
Airplane was huge.
I like
Airplane was huge.
I don't think I've seen Naked Gun.
Naked
All
Gun
right,
was
blasphemy, get the fuck out.
That to me-
I've only seen Loaded Gun.
That's the
Loaded Gun was. Can we give
that a
Charlie
movie?
Sheen some credit for his comedy movies?
I never seen this.
Scary Movie 3.
He was
Charlie
in
Sheen?
Scary Movie 3 is Oscar worthy. Now that
Yeah.
you mention it,
I'm telling you, watch it back. Everybody's in that movie. Queen Latifah, fucking like.
Yeah.
There's so many names.
Everybody.
And then
Queen Latifah.
No, and then later on in the movie, Kevin Hart before he was big.
Of course, yeah.
Anthony Anderson are in it, but they like call in the hood to help them fight the aliens.
What's the one with-
And
I
then
haven't
like
seen it in so long.
Raekwon pulls up, Macy Gray pulls up, Redman
They were
and Method
cashing
Man
in.
pull up.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
cashing in on all their cameos.
They stopped making those. This is a movie about all those movies that's like this movie movies.
Mike, you straight from the south side. Mike, I'm just so happy to be here right now. Real Rap Podcast.
Video
Brings
versus-
us back to Trump, who pardoned Kodak Black
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fun.
and Lil Wayne.
I listened to the Kodak Black podcast on Drink
the
Champs.
what? Oh, okay.
Drink
I thought
Champs
you were
with Kodak
saying he
Black?
had his own. Jesus.
No.
How
And
many
he was
rappers-
like defending Trump. It was wild.
How many rappers has Biden pardoned?
None at all.
Not enough.
Yeah, so rap community vote Trump. I'm just kidding. Not kind of. I don't know.
No. That's when I'll tell you the two moments that I knew Trump was gonna win. One, when they came out with that mugshot, and I said, "Oh, they just made this fucker Robin Hood for real.
Yeah.
Like you made him the underdog. So
I know.
Now you fucked. Because I went down to Miami in November, and I went to like a Dominican bodega off the coast of South Beach, and in there they had like 6 different colorways of Trump
Just that face.
mugshot shirts, and I was like, "Oh,
They
but
like
the
him in
Dominicans-
Florida, too.
And then now black folks are starting to get behind him too.
Yeah, well,
like
'cause they-
hip hop black
they-
folks.
yeah.
and, ooh, that gets the soccer moms. Hip hop black folks,
Just
soccer
because
moms
he's
right behind them.
pardoning
Yeah.
rappers. Why are rappers and black people getting into Trump? Besides Kanye.
Well, no. So here's the thing: black folks, black hip hop culture was always behind.
They've been
Trump.
rapping about Trump.
They've been
yeah,
rapping
forever.
about Trump,
Yeah.
Right.
and it's not even. And then look, here's how I tie it all together.
He
The soccer
personifies
moms,
the money and
the soccer moms. He was in Home Alone too.
yeah.
They won the election for him.
He said that way. He said go that way.
Yep.
He said yeah. He said yeah that way.
Yeah,
It's pretty
that way.
sad when
And then he gave the Trump like, these
pretty-
kids, these
He was
knuckleheads.
he was like go that way.
it's pretty
Yeah, I believe you, sweetheart, but my Tommy gun don't. You filthy
Get your
animal.
yellow, no good. Keister off my property. Boy, pump your guts full of lead.
Merry Christmas.
What were you saying, Jason?
Hey, I don't care how old I get. Those movies are hilarious. They stand the test of time.
Those aren't so. Those movies that they're watching in the Home Alone movies, those aren't real movies, right?
It took me a while to figure that out. I looked for them.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I thought they were, but they were just fake versions of like.
right, I never
Dirty
seen
Harry.
that.
yeah.
Yeah, like Humphrey Bogart was a badass. Yeah, I believe you.
1, 2, 10.
To this day, if I watch the part, I don't remember if it was the first one or the second one, but it's when the Slippery Bandits, not Joe Pesci, but the other guy.
Yeah,
It's
Harry.
when when Kevin puts the electric thing on the stove or whatever,
And he turns into a
and then he touch it. He turns into it's the worst CGI ever. They just took a biology class skeleton and squeezed it out, and he just kept screaming, "I will
rocks.
pee my pants."
Yeah, dude.
Today, if I watch that,
I know. I'm telling you, though, Scary Movie 3. Watch it today. After
I
this.
might have to.
Yeah, it's the funniest thing of all time.
I don't like Tiger Blood. Charlie Sheen kind of bums me out.
It's like he's not like
Is Tiger Blood just mean AIDS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is like 2004 Charlie Sheen. So he seems normal in the movie,
Yeah.
and then yeah.
That's incredible. He had such a baseline. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with the Real Rap Podcast. Episode is all right. I'm starting to get jumbled. It is like 40. That happened again. So look, we're gonna have to do something else. We're gonna have to stabilize it. But this is like episode 46, 47, something like that. And I have the Bad Comedy Podcast duo, 2 of the 3. We have Mac and we have Jason. If you guys wouldn't mind letting the fine folks in the viewing audience know your name, how long you been in the game, how long you been in the city, what you got going on.
I'm Mac on the Bad Boy Comedy, the game, like the rap game.
Yeah.
I've been in the I've been like
Oh, you've been spitting these
I've been
bars.
I've been gangbanging.
That's he's
Since-
coming in hot.
Wait a minute. He said rap, not gangbang.
Well,
They go hand in
They go
hand.
hand in hand with me.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't have to. You
I
can
started
be like,
roommates.
I started rapping when I
could
started
be like
gangbanging back in 07. That's when I rolled the BDs. And
Okay.
then,
Calling them out by name.
Then I started doing comedy about 2.5 years ago, and I started this podcast, Bad Comedy Podcast, around that same time. And I was gonna bring my gun, but I forgot it. Just like my sunglasses. Yeah.
No, because I did y'all's podcast before, and it just got passed around. My fingerprints were on. I'm
Yeah.
implicated.
No.
I think your fingerprints have been covered by lots of people's fingerprints by now.
if somebody got killed by my gun, like that,
I mean, it
that,
is-
that office station would look like Kohl's.
It
would
is
be filled-
evidence.
It would just be filled with comics.
It's potential evidence in a controversy right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little died down, but the evidence is there.
Yeah. No. If someone got killed with that gun, there's so many prints on that gun. Like probably 3/4 of the comics on the scene had prints of that gun.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's called an alibi.
Yeah.
I'm good.
And then and Jason, my co-host.
Yep. I replaced another guy to be the co-host.
Yeah.
Ike.
Ike.
Yeah. He
Nice.
wasn't showing up, and then Mac had me replace him. And then we did an episode where we talked about how he wasn't on the podcast.
We fired him.
hell yeah.
We fired him via
It was
Instagram
pretty
Reel.
rude.
We fired him via Instagram Reel. He wasn't too happy about it at first, but now we said you're fired, bitch, and then put it on Instagram. Didn't text him or anything. Just did that.
How did he take it?
He unfollowed me and the podcast, and then
follows me.
oh no, then over time he got better. Now we're friends again. He realized that he probably should have been showing up to the podcast to do it.
But now he's never invited back.
No, he's been back.
Should I move
we
toward
did-
it so I don't fuck shit up? This is the best part of the show.
Yeah, me and Ike did a throwback episode. It wasn't great.
I've been doing comedy I've been doing stand up like 10 years. I listen to a lot. I listen to mostly rap.
10 years of comic. That's like a movie.
10 years of comic,
That's
yeah.
like- yeah.
My experience was similar to the
The
movie.
name of that movie.
Yeah.
It feels kind of the same.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot more ass kissing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I never even seen the movie.
10 years of comic, I think it's still in pre-production.
The other one. 10 Years a Slave. Seems sad. I skipped
I heard
it.
Kevin Hart's older brother's going to be in it.
I'm not watching these sad movies. Fuck this Schindler's List. I'm not watching any of that. I'm watching.
Yeah, that's a tough watch.
I'm watching Arnold Schwarzenegger movies only.
When was the last time you watched Pumping Iron?
I've never seen
I've never
it.
seen it.
Blasphemy.
That's the one just about him, right? The documentary or something.
It's just following him around when he was just roided up in the prime of his life.
He fucking
Arnold?
rules.
Arnold. Hey.
I'm Arnold.
Hey, give me
Nice
that
nights for
dumbbell.
walk.
Yeah. No, it was because right now you're just looking at like a shell of him. You know, it's like he was like right now he's the 45 Jordan on the Wizards.
Yeah.
But back in his prime 94
Hell yeah.
form,
Commando?
he was a douche.
Well, he's like he was the governor of fucking California. That's
was-
wild.
Who
Yeah.
cares about that? He was Mr. Universe.
And then he would make commercials for California. He's like, I'm skiing, come to California.
That was a downgrade, dude. He was Mr. Universe. Who cares about California?
No, but I think it's
He was the
hilarious.
whole universe.
He's an old Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's skiing in California. For some
Yeah.
reason, he says, come to California.
Two actors from the movie Predator became governors of these United
Jesse
States.
Yeah,
Ventura.
Epstein, and
Jesse Ventura and Jeffrey Epstein.
Predators.
Yeah. He was the one that got the aliens here
And then they
from
did,
Epstein Planet.
and was it Carl
Carl Weathers.
Weathers? They did the arm
Rest in peace,
thing
Carl
that
Weathers.
became the meme.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, I
from
didn't even
Predator?
know it was a meme
When
now.
their
but
arms
yeah.
go like boom, and then
Yeah.
you ever see the black arm and the white arm?
Oh
going?
yeah.
That's from
The government, the CIA's got you pushing too many pencils.
Dude, did you watch that recently? I did.
It's burned into my childhood.
Dude.
I'm old as shit.
Hell yeah.
Also, rest in peace, Michael Clark Duncan, while we're talking about dead black people.
That is actually, I can't get mad because that is such a tremendous
yeah.
pull. Yeah.
Do we have any more? Herman Cain.
Oh, tiny Zeus Lister.
Oh yeah, he passed. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you call him? Debo?
Young Dolph.
Devo. Yeah.
Young Dolph, Rio
Ooh.
App podcast. Rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah.
You know that he's actually young Adolf.
Yeah.
He was actually a Nazi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
He's the-
name
he's
another
the-
one. Isn't
he's
that
the richest
amazing?
Crack baby.
Yeah. Well, Michael Jordan. He has the Hitler.
He was rocking that for an uncomfortable amount
I
of
think
time.
he still is. Is he not?
Is he?
I'm
every
pretty
now
sure. I'm
and
pretty
then.
sure he
Every
is.
now and then.
See,
But
that's
no,
what I
but
said.
He's been
Max
trying to
is-
get it in fashion
Max
for the
been
last
claiming-
15 years.
Mac's been claiming he rocks it all the
If
time.
you Google,
I thought it was just
if
that
you
one
Google
Hanes
him,
commercial.
He pretty much always
Yeah.
has it ever since he stopped playing. I think he had it for a little bit while he was playing, but he's Michael Jordan. He can be a Nazi, and
when he
it
was
doesn't
playing.
matter.
I
when
know
he was
you
playing
guys-
for the Grand Wizards.
I know you guys haven't shaved in a long time, but there's no way you're going to convince me whatsoever that at one point in time you weren't shaving in the mirror. You went,
No way, dude. No way. Just to try it out.
You caught me.
All right. Choo.
Have you ever tried it out?
I don't have enough. It would look goofy. I can't shave them. I look like the dude that's under the neighborhood watch outfit. If I shave my mustache, it's horrible.
Yeah, the problem is it takes me a long time because like during COVID, I tried to like trim my beard, but I really
Yeah.
fucked it up. So I decided I'm getting a mustache.
Yeah.
But then I just grew the beard back around it. So I've never, since I have had a beard, I really haven't shaved it all the way off.
Yeah, no, I've got whatever.
So,
It's
but if I
rocking.
were to, I would definitely have a Hitler mustache.
Yeah,
and like send a picture to a few of my friends.
Yeah.
Like, isn't this funny? I look like that guy. Like killed a bunch of people.
What if like your mustache and beard hair fell out the same way like your hair falls out? Like if that and you just had it like a patch on half of the side of
Well,
your
my
mustache.
beard is already kind of patchy. Like
Yeah.
they call me Patch Adams.
Right? I've heard that on the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
retired
that's
GD Patch Adams.
BD.
Wait, pardon.
And I'm not a member. I was a consigliere.
Ah,
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to be one, so I was kind of like the consigliere from The Godfather,
You're
the
like
Irish
the
guy.
Robert Duvall of the South Side.
Right. Well, more West Side
Oh,
And-
okay,
and-
interesting. I
and-
wouldn't have pegged you West Side.
and North Side. Howard the Jungle. You know.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, we're in the poll right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's the good, bad, and ugly of podcasting?
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
Are you talking like 3 different podcasts?
Well,
Well, our podcast is good and bad, and kind of ugly.
No, fair ugly.
the good, the bad, the ugly.
But because you guys produce, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Our podcast is
Well,
called Bad
I'd
Comedy,
say the-
ironically, and so it's actually a good podcast, but
The
it's
bad is like if you want to be as good as Adam 22, you have to let people have sex with your girlfriend.
Wow.
what is it?
You know the Adam
It
22
was,
guy?
what's
That's the
that, no
biggest
jumper or
podcaster.
something?
Yeah, isn't he the biggest?
I don't know if he's the
All right, I'm trying to make a
biggest.
reference.
I used to watch him. No, I rock with you.
Nobody knows the most popular podcast, I guess.
He used to check him out. I used to check
thought it
him
was
out,
Bad
but then
Comedy.
No,
that's
I hate
like kinda
that show.
goofy.
I hate that guy.
I was never a fan of him, but he used to have some like interesting guests. But I don't know what he ended up doing.
He
That's oof.
What does he do?
He does like porn, and his girlfriend.
He's like a skater. He's like a skater kid that invites like 2 people that hate each other in the rap game, and then sits them on
get in a
camera
fist
and
fight
goes,
on the-
"Oh
on the
my God,
podcast."
what just happened here?"
I wanted to do this because I was talking to King Louie about my Live and Die in Chicago sweaters that I
Yeah.
made. We were DMing, and I wanted to get him set up with a good BD friend that I knew.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then that BD from went to prison for that thing I talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was emailing with Chief Keef.
I was DMing with King Louie. I have proof.
I was.
Yeah.
I'm following him on Blue Sky.
Wait, so you were saying that one podcaster lets people fuck his
I was just trying
girlfriend?
to think of what's the ugliest podcast, and No Jumper was the one that came to mind. Because the good, the bad, ugly is an interesting question.
What's that rule called
I didn't know
again? That reminded me of that rule that medieval kings had that they got to fuck everybody's wife before their marriage.
Prima nocta.
Prima nocta. That's what it's
Yeah.
called. I like how you
There's
know
a word
that.
for I get to fuck your wife.
Yeah.
Well, your name is Mike Knight, like a knight. So
Yeah.
you know all the medieval stuff.
And
Literally
prima
is.
in Spanish means aunt. So it's like your aunt Mike Knight.
The night of your mother's sister. I mean, that makes sense. It's a good seal.
Speaking of your name, do you know that Martin Luther King's real name was Michael King?
Yeah.
And then he went to Europe. and
No, his dad.
His dad.
Yeah.
Sorry. So
Michael King Sr.
Yeah, Martin Luther King Sr. He went to Europe and then basically saw a lot of the Protestant stuff. Martin Luther was the founder of Protestantism.
Yeah.
And then he changed his name from Michael to Martin Luther. And then his son, he changed his name to.
Yeah.
So he's really Michael King Jr., which is very close to Michael Knight.
Yeah.
So you might.
That's super.
So you're closer to.
Well, we're in the
that-
same. We're in
King
the
and the
same
knight.
lane.
You're closer to the
King,
doctor
knight,
than
and
you
all
think,
That. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I just got to find a Michael Jester, and then
Yeah, yeah.
and we're
I
off to
almost
the
just said the
races.
exact same
Yeah,
thing.
you,
as
you need someone below you in the pecking order.
Yeah. I
Jester.
can't have. Yeah. Michael Squire boy.
Yeah, because right now you're the lowest in the pecking order.
Well, all right. So little known fact
Billy
about me.
Squire?
Little known fact about me. I actually have 4 legal names. So I was adopted, legally adopted by name, when I was 14 years old.
Was your original name Martin Luther King?
No, my original name, close, was Medgar Evers.
Medgar.
No, my original
Medgar
name
Evers.
was Michael
All
Arthur
one-
Hodge.
Wait, what's Medgar Evers?
Medgar Evers is another civil rights leader. Come on, guys. Martin and Malcolm's where you stop? Jesus.
I know,
February's only 9 days
Hold
removed.
on. I got a communist sociology degree.
I'm sure you do.
I know about Fred Hampton.
Okay.
My stage name is Mac. My real name is Malcolm X Nepper.
I mean, that makes sense. Is
Yeah.
X short for like Xavier?
I read Malcolm X's
I don't-
book
Yeah.
as narrated by Alex Haley.
Okay.
I-
Oh, you read it with your ears.
No, no, I read the book.
I read the.
But it says something Alex Haley.
Yeah, no,
whatever.
yeah. On the
No,
front, I
the-
have it upstairs.
I listened to the audiobook. It was David Duke, I think, was the who read it.
Yeah, yeah, you got that. That's a good version.
You sure it wasn't Bill Duke?
He's got good inflections, dude.
Oh, Duke, another last name.
I feel like David Duke just liked reading it so he could say the N-word while he was reading it from the
Whoa,
book.
whoa! David Duke, we can say is below Martin Luther King because a Duke is below a king.
Well, in that case,
Sorry, David Duke.
in that case, you got to go. Like I said, you got to go with Bill Duke. He was the bald-headed black dude in Predator.
Mm-hmm.
The one that was
shit.
like
Wait,
up
wait.
there in those trees.
You know a lot about the movie Predator.
Yeah, of course.
Are you
movie
are,
fucking-
are you
I do
are
not.
you a Predator?
No. Well, I'm just a super Bill Duke fan.
Can I ask you what you think about Predator 2 with Danny Glover?
Underrated.
You think so?
Yeah.
That one was kind of rough for me to watch, I thought.
It is
Because it's like in the city, it's like, how's nobody else seeing the Predator? It's fucking L.A.
It is, but
I haven't seen any of the Predator. I've only seen Alien vs Predator.
Oh, man. There's
really
multiple,
none of the old ones.
There's
yeah.
multiple Alien vs. Predators, too.
Also, Freddy vs.
Yeah.
Jason's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I like Jason X. In
It was
Actually,
decent,
Jason
yeah.
X is so funny.
I think I only seen like 1.5 of the Jason movies.
There's a
so.
futuristic
Oh,
one.
there's-
it's in space.
Jason X is
X.
Jason 10. There's at least 10.
Yeah.
There's so
yeah.
many.
And I think they might have skipped like 8 and 9. I think they just went straight to X.
Oh, because it was in the future in space,
Yeah.
so maybe they just
They skipped a few.
They skipped the movies so they could backfill them later. I legit did hear they did Jason X because they ran out of money, so they had to do one, and they wanted to do like a different thing.
And they just did all
So maybe they skipped a couple
computerized.
numbers ahead,
Yeah.
so they could go back.
They don't. Is there a movie that's going on right now, like a scary movie that's
Like
in
crossovers.
Well, that's just going super long.
Probably Saw.
Saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not exactly a horror movie, but yeah, I guess it's the
like,
closest.
Yeah, gorer. That's a new term. New
okay.
term for a genre. I
Coined.
just made up with. Yep, coined.
Yeah.
That's copywritten too, so don't try to take that.
Don't Google it. I don't want
So,
your
all right.
little heart to get broken.
I've been arguing with my girlfriend about this. It's a rap topic, but
Okay.
Yeah,
so
well, you're on the right
they say
podcast.
after 9/11, all these gore movies like Saw came out. Like, and they got real popular. Hostel, there's like a bunch.
Yeah.
And they say it's because like they think because it's like our American consciousness was thinking about terrorism and war that were, these horror fantasies were like fitting what we were going through because we're like shit was getting real after 9/11. We got attacked, but also like right around then, 50 Cent became the biggest rapper I think he was like the biggest rapper from like 2001 for a few years.
For a while, he was the
For a
only guy
while.
on the radio.
And he was huge.
When it was like just a little bit.
Yeah.
And Candy Shop and that one album.
You think Khalid Sheikh Mohammed had 50 Cent shot?
I think I don't know. I think Osama bin Laden wanted to fly a plane into 50 Cent.
that's possible?
And they just had to settle for bullets?
I think there's something about 9/11 that made us like 50 Cent,
maybe the
like how we like horror movies.
I know
but
what
it's the opposite.
I think I know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
It's the numbers. 9/11, 50 Cent.
Oh, maybe
All
we're just
right, I
really into
definitely want to
numbers.
hear this math equation.
Yeah.
This is like the number 23 with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
I think you do have some. No, I'm following you on your point because I look at that too. Like if you look at like the early anime stuff, there was always like no offense to anybody, but there was always like a nuclear level explosion.
Yeah,
like if
'cause
you
of
watch like
Japan shit.
Akira, like it's
Yeah.
a huge. Or any of those, I was an anime fan from back in the day.
Evangelion.
Yeah,
I watched. There's all those like crazy things coming from, or Godzilla in general, like something coming out of the ocean and destroying the city.
yeah,
Yeah.
If you want to,
and it's called the Navy.
Yeah, it's called the American.
if
fucking
you ever
nuclear
want to
attack.
like hear a really loud movie theater where the people are really loud, go to see a Saw movie in the movie theaters in Evanston, which
Yeah.
I did. I saw Saw 2 in Evanston, and the people
I like
were,
you described a bad experience. Like most people don't like
the
people
people
talking over the movie.
the
right?
people were really they're like, oh shit.
If you ever want to,
It was all white people.
If you ever want to smell a fart in an elevator, let me tell you. Let me recommend one.
Here's how you do it.
Yeah, I'm plugging Evanston Century Theater.
All those you go to the Saw movies just to go, ooh. Like
Yeah.
it's just like watching an hour and a half of bogus football hits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like going to
Watching RG3's knee snap backwards,
Yeah,
but on
or
purpose.
Anderson Silva kick where he breaks.
Oh,
Dude, that is still cringy
I
as shit.
cannot.
Well, it's kind of like riding a roller coaster. It's making yourself uncomfortable for that sensation.
Yeah.
the early internet too, like Live Leaks and all that shit. Rotten.com, all those
Yeah.
gore sites.
I used to be able to watch like the early
Faces
internet
of Death.
death stuff.
Yeah.
I could watch that and eat potato salad without a problem. And now I'm just
It's kind of like Jason like lets his girlfriend like whip him and stuff.
No, I
and,
don't.
And stuff like that, and like
I
ride him
got
around
it.
the house. It's kind of
little
like
little
that.
sub kind of
Yeah, like
deal.
he's like he walks around like an elephant around the house, and she
Ah,
rides on his
okay.
back.
She grabs him by the trunk.
That's bullshit
Okay,
because
yeah.
my
Gotcha.
girlfriend told me I had to hit her in bed and I didn't want to. And then I
Yeah.
told her, you got to hit me too. And she said, ew.
All right, well, at least tell
It's not
him
fair.
about the pizza bathroom that you have.
Well, I think she loves 600-pound life.
All right, now real quick, because words have meaning and carry weight and paint an image. And you said pizza bathroom. I thought a myriad of things all at once. I
Yeah.
thought it could be as
Take a
simple
guess.
as I eat pizza in the bathroom,
Part of
or
it.
all the way up to I have a bathroom made out of pizzas and I walk in there from time
It's
to
like
time.
halfway between.
That sounds not sanitary.
All right, so
Nothing about pizza bathroom sounds sanitary. No, you're right.
well, so
My girlfriend, we watched 600-Pound Life, and I'm a big fat guy, and she's like a cute girl who's not.
Yeah.
She's beautiful, and a model and stuff.
she's a bit of a
Yeah.
feeder.
And so she's laughing, and I'm just resonating with these fat people who can't stop eating.
Do you want me to explain this?
I'm on 800 milligrams of Adderall, and I'm still eating, full pizzas.
Why
it's
do
all
we-
emotional.
Well, no,
I got no appetite.
so she locks him in the bathroom.
Adderall?
She locks him in the bathroom and feeds him
Yeah.
pizzas through a slot in the wall.
So then it's
And-
weird.
and
yeah,
he's
I'm in
not-
the
he's not allowed to
bathroom.
leave.
Like
until-
Hannibal Lecter?
He's not allowed to leave
Yeah,
until
it's like a prison, like
There's a-
square.
Well, hello, Clarice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a lock on the outside, and he can't come out until he finishes 10,
Yeah, she
10
goes,
10 full
just
pizzas.
4 more slices, Jason. I'll let you out. I go, all right.
And she just jams like a broken mop stick at you. Give it back
And
to
then
me.
she was like, "Oh, I meant 40."
Gives me pieces through the door. God damn it. There's always more.
The classic pizza bathroom.
It's never enough for you.
Yeah, I love that you had to go out and buy a bathroom door with a slot in it. Like, hey, look, we don't need it now, but we will.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
that's weird. Are we gonna get mail in the bathroom? And they're just like,
Yeah.
no, I got a big plan.
He just bought a place. Congrats to him.
Congrats to
gotta-
you.
yeah.
You said that you bought a place too.
Yeah, a few years back, but yeah.
Home owner.
Yep,
Yeah.
homeowner.
That's
Oh, yeah.
he bought
He-
it during COVID. That's why my interest rate is like triple his.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a
Yeah.
low interest rate. Well, it's because I'm a genius at market timing. You know,
I'm
also a stockbroker.
I'm
Yeah,
cognitively disabled of market timing.
Ooh, you have a plant here. I can talk to plants. You know that? That's
Yeah.
how woke I am.
You could bring it back to life.
I'm so woke I can talk to plants.
It's the Snow White of plants.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys watch that?
What's that mean? The movie Snow White?
No, wasn't there? Who's that girl that just like tanked her own movie?
Are you talking about Snow White and the 7 Adam Gilberts?
The
Who
seven
tanked her own-
full-grown people of diversity.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Is
I
it-
know what you're talking about.
Snow
Yeah,
White.
so they just shrunk like full-size people with CGI as the 7 dwarves, right? And they never
Are
made
Are you
them.
like
are you
that.
guys talking about Willy Wonka?
No,
What are you talking about?
No,
I can't watch those new ones.
So they were gonna make I don't know if they
Gene
made
Wilder,
it or they
you
were
like?
gonna make.
Got to.
Yeah.
All the
You
midgets.
lose.
All the midgets got mad because they weren't getting the spots as the 7 dwarves. I think.
Oh, because the new Wonka, I noticed they've CGI'd some guy's head on a Oompa Loompa, like a
gotcha.
full size guy.
Well,
don't
I know-
get
my
little
God.
people.
I know like 7 people that you could have cast as 7 dwarves, like Bobby Buds, Adam Gilbert. Who else? Maybe Michael Johnson.
You know what
Michael
I was
Johnson.
I had to research the Willy Wonka movie and for a comedy show, and the original Oompa Loompas in the book were like pygmy slaves or something. And then
That
that's
sounds
fucked
right.
up, but
that's,
it does
that's like a Roald Dahl book.
it
Right?
does
It's old as
explain
hell.
why they sing while they work, though.
Fair enough. Got good rhythm.
They were slaves.
So, yeah.
So since we're on the Real Rap podcast, I wanted to call up P Diddy, Bad Boy
Yeah.
Records.
What?
You think you're Bad Boy? I'm the original Bad Boy.
I'm glad that you definitely understand the rap is an acronym. has nothing to do with those fierce ass bars you've been spitting since 16.
No, I came out here to talk about rap music.
What is the
Of course.
acronym?
Regular ass people.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Man, I've been studying rap all night.
Well, I mean, at some point in time, I'll do like a cutaway, and you
Yeah.
guys can just drop in like your mixtape single, and we
Okay.
can just
I'll
SoundCloud
say
it.
something you got to edit out. I thought it was Real Rap podcast.
That
Oh my
is
God.
definitely not gonna get bleeped. It's gonna get amplified.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a solo crop out.
Yeah, so I've been doing that all night.
You guys have yours. You guys have yours behind a paywall.
Half of it. So we do the episode. We do an episode with just the hosts on YouTube, all platforms, and then the guest episodes are behind the paywall. It used to all be behind the paywall, and then we decided we want to start
We're trying to get more
branching
people to
out.
like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And join the
We
Patreon.
have patrons from around the country. We got people in
We're doing good with Patreon, relatively.
Rhode Island, Jacksonville. Shout out.
Is it just more? Do you feel like, oh, I can let my hair down now?
Exactly.
Just more relaxed. I
Yeah.
don't have to. But it's
I
still.
could spill my fucked up mind.
Are people still capable of like clicking it and you know what I mean? Like if somebody's watching, they can't just copy it and then throw it out and be like, oh my god,
There's
look
a
what he said.
there's a way a patron could do it. I can kind of vet who joins to
Yeah.
to try to make. I
Yeah.
mean, but somebody can make a completely fake email
yeah,
address.
but if you give them a tiny amount of effort to do something like that, nobody. What do you get out of that? You know,
right, and I also
You got to pay money, join, figure out how to cut it.
I
post
mean,
it
cancel
somewhere
culture
else.
is humongous.
It's dying down a little, don't you think?
I've been trying to get canceled since I
Relative- it's-
started.
it's-
I mean, Shane Gillis is saying the R word in a Netflix special.
It's not Netflix at 70,000, or it's not Bitcoin at 70,000, but it's still got some heat on it.
Also, I realize this is you have to be important to get canceled. So as long as we
Facts.
keep flying under the
Well,
radar,
you just
I
mentioned
know.
you just mentioned Shane Gillis. He was unimportant when
Yeah.
he said the thing that got him canceled when he was important,
Exactly.
and then
that's
like
true.
a phoenix from the ashes.
Yeah.
So as long as we never succeed, we'll be fine.
Well, that's why I'm trying. Well,
That is the point, and that is the goal.
I want.
Yeah.
Well, I want to
Yeah.
get canceled so I
Loser for
can
life.
succeed. That's what I've been
Yeah.
trying to do for years.
That's the
Yeah.
other thing. Like,
But that's a
Tony
you got to really
Hinchcliffe-
catch the orbit to come back around.
I mean, if anybody just listens to the podcast on Patreon, if you just listen back through it, like you can cancel me 1,000 times.
That seems like
Pretty
the
sure, yeah.
white guy path to success now, though, is you get canceled and then you don't apologize.
I got canceled.
Trump,
Yeah.
You know-
Tony Hinchcliffe, Shane Gillis.
You know, I got canceled, Jason.
yeah,
Canceled?
I got canceled.
yeah. I
That's
heard about
canceled
that.
with cranberry.
No, I invented the crayon pencil.
Yeah, it's a crancel. It's like a pencil with crayon in it, or like a crayon with lead in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just saying crayon wrong.
No, he's talking about a crayon.
Crayon. I invented a crayon.
So it's colored graphite.
Kinda, yeah. Well,
Or it's a
yeah,
pencil with crayon.
it's either way.
Okay,
I-
can you erase it? Because that's really what makes a pencil.
There's erasable crayons.
It
Yeah.
smears, is
Not-
what you're
it's like
saying.
it's like pen. You know, there's erasable.
It depends
pen.
which one. It's, like the crayon pencil
What was
in
the
it.
what was the last what was the last toy that you had that you let go before manhood?
Well,
Whoa.
my gun.
Is this
I
one of your
have.
in the pocket questions? That
You
that's such
could
a
have
good
just let it
question that
roll.
came out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
Nah, yeah. I'm
Well,
just- I'm
and then
just
I let
How am I
go
supposed
of
to have that?
Transformers for me.
Transformers.
Yeah, maybe Transformers and GI Joe.
trans people.
Okay, you're not supposed to play with them without their permission.
Decepticons.
Oh my
I mean,
Jesus! Roll out.
what toy?
I don't. Fuck. I guess like I.
You look like you had
Po-
wrestling action figures.
No, but I looked like Pokemon, and I played the Pokemon. Like my Game Boy, I guess would probably be the closest toy. You know.
That's tough because
'Cause
that,
that's a vid-
that
that's a video
transfers
game.
over into
I-
there's grown men that still play with like Game Boys and handhelds.
Yeah,
that's
there's also grown men
There's-
that play with fucking like,
Yeah.
My Little Pony.
Those fucking
Bronies?
What are those things? Those
Fair
big head
enough.
things they collect? Those
But I did have I had a Yu-Gi-Oh like
Funko Pops.
thing.
There we
I had a
go.
Yu-Gi-Oh thing that you can put the cards on,
Yeah.
the fake thing. It didn't even do anything, but
physical, not video game based. Physical. I have to
Physical toy.
move this toy.
Oh, I was big into Legos. Legos
No
was my main
kidding.
toy as a kid. Yeah.
but like we
Me and
still
my brothers, because I had older brothers too, so I inherited
Yeah.
a bunch of Legos. That shit like a cruise. You get like a ton of Legos as you have. I have 5 brothers. So.
Oh, okay.
But like the thing is, it's hard for me to pinpoint the time because like I still buy a bunch of like knives and shit, and those are like toys.
Have you been on Temu?
Dude,
Oh, geez.
it's insane the amount of stuff you can buy on there.
Yeah.
We're not gonna plug it.
I got a Switchblade
Sure.
for $10 off Wish.
Well, you say you buy a lot of knives, but if you don't know how to do the thing
Well,
with
I
the
don't have-
butterfly knife,
I got one. Of
I don't
those.
have a butterfly
I got, it
knife.
off,
Go
I got
fish.
that off Wish.
yeah.
I have a
It's got to be the coolest.
Like
Get
full-
one that has like a beard brush in it, and then we can talk.
I have a Japanese sword, so a katana, and this like Chinese sword. I forgot exactly what it's called. And then I have an African sword as well,
Yeah.
and a machete.
Do they all stay in separate rooms of your house?
And then I have an American sword.
He's got a sword rack.
I have an American sword, which is a gun.
American sword. What got you into swords?
Temu. just easy
It's like,
access
what's the
online.
funniest thing I could buy from a
Yeah,
stupid
yeah.
website?
I mean,
Yeah,
just having a bunch of like knives around is hilarious. I
Yeah.
think.
You said Transformers, GI Joes. Makes me think you're a little older than me.
I'm a lot older than you.
How old are you?
Just because you look like ZZ Top. I'm,
How old do you think I am?
Huh? Oh, you probably mid-30s, no?
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah, I'm mid-40s.
Okay,
I'm 30.
that's what I would have guessed. My brother's like 10 years older than me, and that's the shit he was into.
Yeah, hell yeah.
2 of my brothers.
Yeah. I watched the first Transformers movie when it was the cartoon, and they had the balls to actually kill Optimus Prime.
That was
Last
the
time
best
I cried.
movie.
Yeah, hell yeah.
that one, yeah.
Leonard Nimoy was playing Megatron. I mean, you can't get any. Spock was playing.
I saw it when I was a kid, so I don't remember the voice actors.
No, yeah.
But I remember that's the best one.
Has anybody in rap?
I didn't like any of the. I heard they make those Transformer movies for like the whole world. That's why there's like no dialogue and just like shiny
It's
shit.
like Michael
So then they
Bay
could
and
sell
just
it.
all of his
Yeah.
bayness.
But then they could sell it in Asia, and people don't have to like understand what
Yeah.
they're saying, like because it's just about the shit flying around.
You wanna know,
yeah.
my brain is so retarded. Like when you said Spock, I thought Glock. I think I might be a rapper. I should just be a rapper.
Yeah.
Then you said
Yeah.
Michael Bay. I thought Michael Gay. You know.
Yeah, your brain
Yeah.
has to move like that from rhyme to rhyme.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You rip and you rhyme, you rhyme and you rip.
Yep.
I'm a rapping ass person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just got to figure out how to connect Spock and the Glock.
You have to figure out if you're gonna go with the Latin Kings or the BDs.
Well,
because you've been
it's-
claiming a lot of them.
No, I didn't claim Latin Kings. I said I asked if I could be one. They said no, but I don't speak Mexicans. I don't know if
They said all the positions were filled.
When I first moved, I grew up in Northwest Indiana, and then I moved to Chicago to be in a band. And the neighborhood I moved into, it was like there was like an active gang war happening in a little village on my street. It was like the Latin Kings and the 22s or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, they were like there was a lot of shootings.
what is it? What's
Yeah,
their main rival? Satan's Disciples or something?
I don't know.
There's
but
also-
on that block, it was the 22s.
I
or
never knew
whatever.
that there were biker gangs in Chicago until I moved to East Humboldt. Mm-hmm. And there's the Outlaws, which is a big biker gang. Like David Allan Coe, like the country singer, he was an outlaw. Like that's one of the bigger biker gangs in the U.S.
Yeah.
A bunch of people. I think it's so dumb that bikers wear their gang on their back. Like it's like you're just telling the cops to arrest you.
Yeah, every gang kind of does shit like that.
yeah.
I know,
Don't
but
they-
it's different
don't
with
they all
colors.
kinda like-
But if
Who's the-
you're rocking colors, you can just be like, oh,
I just love the color.
This is my favorite
blue.
color.
Yeah, it matches
Who's
my
who's
eyes.
who's the big one? Not the big one, but who's like the
Hell's
the-
Angels?
but who's the second group under that?
Under what?
Under the Hell's Angels, like the
Bikers?
Hell's, it's like the Hell's Angels, and then it's like the
Oh.
number 2 guys, like the second biggest one.
Like their rival?
You talking about
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
like the Heaven's Demons?
No, I know.
Nah, it's another name.
I know. It's like the.
I just made
the
it
I see
up.
what you did.
No, this might be the one from Sons of Anarchy, the Mongols, or the Mongols the real
Ah,
one. The
yeah,
Mongols
yeah,
is
I think it's the
actual-
Mongols,
I
yeah.
think in the,
Yeah.
no, Max V's
Yeah, hell
dad
yeah.
is the president of the Chicago.
I think Hunter S. Thompson like went out with a
Yeah,
bunch of them
yeah.
and was like rolling around
Yeah.
like undercover and shit
The Hell's
like
Angels,
that.
I think, yeah.
That fucking guy, Hunter S. Thompson, was a motor scooter,
Because
bro.
they were around in like the 60s of Woodstock and shit. The Hell's
Yeah,
Angels.
yeah, they
yeah.
were security there. They stabbed a guy. They stabbed a hippie. It's hilarious.
And they
Yeah.
might have done like security for like the Rolling Stones or some shit too.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it? The hippies kind of got screwed over a few times, man.
Yeah, the hippies would have sucked though. Think about how annoying
They
they probably
just-
were. They were just
just-
like tripping acid, like
Just on
they're
LSD
like,
all day.
They're like, you can't be going to war, man.
Yeah.
And they have no idea like what the context
they don't-
is.
that
They don't
tree
realize-
is breathing. It has a name. Don't pee on it.
Yeah,
They have no idea how cool war is.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hippies are like, war. What is it good for?
Yeah.
And I'm like, a lot like
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
no. There's a lot of things like setting the Jews free from the concentration camps. That's what it's good for.
Get into resources from somebody else to make us better.
Yeah.
That's one
to-
way to look at it.
Yeah, toppling an actually good government, framing a good government
That's
as
the
a bad
most
government, so we can
pragmatic.
topple them and take it over.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Propagandizing people.
Asserting our dominance over the world.
Yeah, using the CIA to disseminate false information,
Destroying,
and
destroying
the-
ancient architecture and monuments.
Yeah, that's what it's good for.
Dude,
Oil.
these Antifa always taking out all the statues. It's like,
What is Antifa?
I don't think it's like
anti-fascist?
Yeah, it's just like the opposite of like
They're
the
trying to
Proud
take down
Boy
my
groups.
golden cow I worship.
Anytime they make a like a name for a new group, that's exactly the moment I stop caring about
know.
whatever they're talking
No,
about.
they're really
Yeah.
annoying though because they took down. I went to Portland. They took down a statue of Teddy Roosevelt, and I was like, "What the fuck did Teddy do? He invented national parks. His Rough Rider military crew. He had black people in it. They called them Buffalo Soldiers back then, and he had Native Americans in it, and it was the most diverse thing.
It's like
and
the first Wonder Woman movie.
They just got like super statue thirsty, and they just took down every statue in sight.
What's crazy to me is the level people will go to be experts on something that they've read one
Yeah,
like article headline of.
yeah.
or just heard it secondhand from a friend.
Yeah, and then you just automatically, or you
And
just
then
look,
they'll-
you
they'll
just look
die
at
on
the
that
top
hill.
3 comments of the video you're about to watch, and you go, "All right, this is how I feel about it," and
then-
I'm,
and
I'm
then-
ready to die.
Exactly, they'll die on that hill of the comment they saw on YouTube.
I mean, I think a lot of people just have like a person they like from some show they listen to, and they just
Oh, yeah.
believe everything they say.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it.
For me, that's Dan Carlin from Hardcore History podcast.
But yeah,
He put all his
the
stuff behind the
statue
paywall
thing-
too, did he?
A lot of it, I think. I can't find it though. I don't know where to. Is it dancarlin.com maybe?
I don't know, but the
I
statue
would
thing.
pay for it because it's really good.
He's got a website.
Yeah.
The statue thing is like there is a. I was listening to somebody say this, and I didn't know what to think about it, but it's like, where do you draw the line? Because it's like, definitely Civil War generals should get taken down. They lost. I mean, at minimum, they lost. They were racist on top, for a second thing.
Or at
Like,
least,
why are we
Or at least
worshipping,
take it out of like a
them?
town center. Yeah, Robert E. Lee shouldn't be like a
Yeah.
town center, but maybe
Those ones seem like an obvious takedown to me. But like, what about like a statue of like Alexander the Great? Should we should we take down him? Like
yeah.
he did a bunch
And
of
also, you want
bad
to
shit.
you want history to be preserved so it doesn't happen again.
I don't really care about preserving history that much. I'm like Fight Club.
Yeah, but
I'm like,
but
let's destroy.
if
his-
you if
let's
you if
blow
you
up the
erase
museum.
history, then bad things will happen again.
Bad things happen again all the time.
Yeah, bad things happening is kind of like it came with the
Yeah,
bucks.
but I'm saying like the reason there hasn't been like another Hitler thing probably is because the Hitler thing happened.
I don't know if learning history is. People always say that like history will repeat itself if we don't remember it, but it's like I don't know if like learning history ever made me a better person.
Well,
I think just like be more like meeting people. Actually, honestly, I think what made me like was like working with people, different people. I think that's how you like start to understand.
I think
people
you're
who are
wrong.
different than you.
I think you're wrong.
It's like
Yeah.
it's having a job in a warehouse or like I worked at a hospital.
Oh, you're talking about understand like different cultures and stuff.
That's what made me more empathetic and a better person.
No, I'm talking
is
about
working with people.
I'm talking more about like.
I don't know about
I'm
learning
talking-
history. I don't know.
I'm talking more about like slavery and like the concentration camps and stuff.
I wouldn't have to know about the history,
Knowing how
but just
horrible
knowing
and-
what it is, I'd be like, that's horrible.
Yeah, I'm saying you can't erase it.
I think history's interesting. Like, yeah,
It's
to learn
interesting.
about it.
I like learning about it, but I don't
Yeah.
know if it's affecting my morality at all. Is all I'm saying.
But I mean, it affects like the public opinions, things about like the precursors to
Yeah.
something bad, like making Jews wear a star around. Like,
Well, how are we gonna know where they are?
something that blows my mind is that we all assume we're right. In
Yeah.
whatever we're thinking. Like
Yeah.
in all of our righteous indignation, and you go, well, I'm on the right side of every possible scenario that could play out. Why not? Mm-hmm. And everybody feels that way.
I love when people
Whoever
say-
thinks
Oh,
the
yeah.
opposite is also like, yep.
I love when people say I'm on the right side of history. Be on the right side of history. It's like you don't know yet because
Yeah.
that's later.
They also say history.
Yeah, exactly.
They also say history is written by the winners, so we don't even know what's the right.
History-
because we might just beat
Because
you.
whoever won, we always
Yeah,
look at
history-
as the good side.
History is true, false. Right now is multiple choice. Yeah,
Exactly.
You find out later for sure.
100%. Yeah.
I don't know what it does to me. I just saw like in one of my feeds, like there was somebody out in France or I don't know, some goofy
One of those
somewhere,
stupid countries?
and it was
yeah, France
it was a
sucks.
lady that just went up to a painting and was just like, nah,
Oh, I saw that.
Oh,
spray painted it. But
yeah.
you see it like
It was
once
they
every
were
4
protesting
months, and it's
oil
like,
or something. So they messed
I
up
hate
oil
your
painting.
guts.
People in France are
Yeah.
so annoying, and they love protesting more than anybody else.
France is the
and
big
it's not good
protesters.
protesting.
No,
though.
I
They
s-
don't turn over cars or
I
burn
saw
nothing.
one where these like
They don't steal any Louis
these, like-
Vuitton bags.
these like yeah,
Fucking
that's way
losers.
cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, hell
If
yeah.
you're protesting, you're not looting. Fuck you.
Yeah, we snatch and grab.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
We're
Do you know
about
that
it.
guy's the richest man in the world right now?
Who
According
is?
to the owner. So the guy that owns like Louis Vuitton and Gucci, it's a conglomerate. It's like all of that plus like Ferrari or something else
Yeah,
goofy
yeah.
and da 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 da. Richest man in the world. Right?
That's crazy.
He first became the richest man in the world over Elon and Bezos and all them during the pandemic when America got all their free money. His
That makes
profit
sense.
went
Yeah, everyone buying
Oh.
sneakers.
everybody buying Gucci flip flops.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Everyone just cashed in their.
One of my homies,
Yeah.
I saw it happen in front of my face. I went to his house, and as soon as he opened the door, a Palace's cocksucker hat. He had on Gucci slides. He had a new pistol.
And then he's like,
Motherfucker-
"Can I borrow $20?"
yeah, he started speaking with like a slight English accent. Hello.
I offered you tea.
Oi, me matey.
Hey, can I borrow $20?
Oh, me droogie.
Welcome to my kingdom.
Welcome to me humble abode. Cheerio. That goes in the rubbish.
I'm Michael Knight.
Bro, we're in the hundreds.
Yeah,
Stop
that-
talking like that.
That's how 21 Savage talks. He's like, hello, I'm 21 Savage. I'm from
Yeah.
East London.
When the camera's off, it's
He's like, yeah, no.
like drop the act, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I saw a video of him. He was like 21. And they're like,
Yeah.
no, you got to do it in your cool way.
Yeah.
How-
He's
you
like,
know-
oh.
Do you know that comedian Michael Blackson?
Yeah.
He's using a fake accent. Do you know that?
I know he's from Philly, and I know he's actually African, and
He
I know
is?
he probably pumps it up a little bit, but
Yeah.
I mean, I seriously,
Somebody I know
he
works
doesn't
with them
talk
and
like
told
Poindexter,
me that.
and
Yeah.
he just sauces it up a bit. We know, Mike
couldn't
in
believe that.
Jagunda. If
Yeah.
he's at about a 3 now, I'm sure he can dial it up to a
Oh,
9 if he felt
can.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He
then he could put on some African clothes and be Michael Blackson.
Of
like-
course, he literally could.
I mean, he's essentially my roommate right now. He's at my house right now.
Yeah, fucking shout out. I'm about to get you back on here.
Yep. Shout out Mike Robinson.
Yeah, he was the first guy to do this show twice.
Nice.
Hilarious.
I've
both
had his
times.
I've had his dad on my podcast.
Yeah.
His dad's a beast. Shout out Kelly Robinson
Yeah.
from Butler County, Missouri.
Sorry.
Yeah. No worries.
But
Yeah.
his dad is like the same guy as Rovan. It's very funny.
Got you.
We had Rovan on
Paints
our
a clear
podcast
picture. Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
More or less.
I love
It's
Rovan.
also funny stuff.
That's
Yes.
why I was asking. Like, what do you and don't you like about producing a podcast?
I mean, when I haven't been like putting out as many clips as I have been, because like for 2 years straight, I would
Yeah.
put a clip like every day, fully
Yeah.
edited, subtitled, manually for a long time. Now I
Yeah.
use
Yeah.
AI partially, but you still have to kind of edit it.
Yeah.
But it's just the extra time for that for the clips is a lot.
You
That's about it.
use the AI to edit the full thing.
No, just for the captions. I still edit every
I got
frame.
I got something for you when we go off camera.
Yeah, I
that's
used to-
gonna save you a ton of money on your car insurance.
Geico.
Paid for by the.
Yeah. Well, also, if you guys are looking for some good investments, it's DM me at Bad Boy of Comedy. I'm also a bad boy of finance.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm the real bad boy, not P. Diddy. Come find
Oh
me, P.
wow,
Diddy.
man, he's
P. Diddy.
going hard.
I'm
You
with
know
Death
he-
Row,
you know,
bitch.
You know he blows up cars.
Okay. Yeah. He also
What's
blows
his name?
dudes.
Oh jeez.
Machine Gun Kelly's car or something? Is that who?
Kid Cudi. I
Kid
think.
Cudi. Fuck.
yeah,
Yeah.
He blows dudes and
I
blows
see
up
how you
cars.
did that though.
My brain switched. A
Yeah,
bit.
that was a little Freudian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about podcasts like as a comic, like I love doing it because it feels like the actual real kind of like stand up is artificial because you're like creating a scenario.
Yeah.
But like the podcast is like where you're really funny is in conversation.
Just shooting the shit in the green room?
Yeah.
But nobody will. You'll never grow a fan base from a podcast. I don't think because nobody.
can.
No, because nobody starts at the podcast. Like nobody finds random podcasts. They find you and then they find your
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
Like your podcast is like an endpoint. It's never like gonna. I don't think it. I think it could help like
There are-
retain
there are some
people,
cases.
but I don't think it will really grow you.
Well, I mean,
on its own.
I hear what you're saying. At the same
You-
time,
it helps you
Shannon
as
Sharp,
part of the package.
Shannon Sharp, retired Hall of Fame, two-time,
Yeah, the guy with the helmet printed in his head.
two-time world champion football player, had a podcast for 4 years
Mm-hmm.
with another like Hall of Fame football player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and he just now got discovered
'Cause of
because
Cat
Cat
Williams.
Williams came and
Yeah.
dropped, but he did it.
Uh-huh.
He worked his entire life to be one of the best in his field at something spectacular, make millions of dollars, then became an analyst for another number of years.
Mm-hmm.
And it still took him 4 years to pop on his podcast.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
So, I mean,
Shannon, you said?
You're competing.
But he was
You're
on like
competing with
TV and
every
stuff.
single
Like,
person.
like Shannon
That's the point.
And Skip.
that's the
Yeah,
point
he
of what
should've
he's
had an
saying.
easy
Like
time.
you don't get discovered. You know, they find you first, but it's still it takes forever, bro. Unless you catch a wild card somewhere.
But I don't want to listen to a guy with the helmet in front of his head talk about stuff. You
No,
know?
it's
Like,
very
I would
funny.
watch him play
No,
football.
no, but
Yeah,
dude,
he-
I mean,
he's going
I
through
don't
it
know.
right
I don't know
Dude,
what like
Shannon and
great
Skip
takes
was
he's
so
gonna
funny.
have.
Yeah,
It was so
yeah.
funny. Him and Skip Bayless. They would
Yeah.
he'd just be screaming at Skip.
Hold on now, Skip. Hold No.
Yeah.
Put your glasses back on.
You're
Nope.
competing with every single person in the world.
But unlike
everyone's got a podcast.
unlike a lot of podcasts, like Aaron Chase's podcast, for example, like we do comedy on our podcast. Like we actually like just do bits on the podcast, and where Aaron Chase it's just a random name I made up, just like interviews people and like does therapy with them essentially.
Yeah.
That's not a real podcast. That's just a fake name I made up.
I think if we
I mean Aaron Citibank.
I think if we didn't do like social media and we didn't do stand up, the podcast would just slowly die.
Yeah.
Like you have to like get people to listen to the podcast. It's like
But isn't it
hard.
part of the whole package now?
Well, I mean
That romantic, I'm just a stand-up comic, and I go on Johnny Carson, and now, I'm in your household. That shit's dead.
yeah.
Everybody does everything.
Well, the thing with
You have
ours,
to.
the
and
thing
you
with-
have a camera in your phone, and you have a microphone
You
in your phone, and
literally
you have
have
to
to.
you have to like produce your own TV show.
Yeah.
of you.
Didn't somebody say that, like, if you ask any kid in high school now what they want to be when they grow up, and they just say, oh, an influencer.
They want to be famous. but they
Basketball
don't-
is
they don't
out,
know
football
why.
is out, fucking
Yeah.
all that, everything's out.
I heard that people used to say, "I want."
I'm going to the league.
I want to get good at something and become famous. And now people say, "I want to get famous, so I got to get good at something."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like people
That's
switched
wild.
like what they
All
want.
my friends said they were going to go to the league.
Yeah.
None of them went to the league.
But that at least is like they wanted to go to the league, like they wanted to be good at a sport. Like,
I
now
assume-
people literally they want to be famous and they don't know for what.
Yeah, these were my
They just
these
wanna
were
be
my black
famous.
friends, and I was like, "You want to go to the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?" I didn't know what they were talking about.
Because you're a white nerd.
Yeah, it turned out they meant
And
the
you think it-
NFL.
Isn't that a comic book? League of
It's a
Extraordinary
movie.
A horrible movie.
it was good when I was a kid, but I heard it's terrible, so I don't want to rewatch it.
Sean Connery was old enough to be president of the United States when he filmed that.
Yeah, old enough to be
You're the
Joe
man
Biden.
now, dog.
Yeah. I was gonna say something. What were we just talking about?
Yeah, it was going to be worthless.
Famousness
Oh,
podcast.
well,
Something about gangs. Or
oh,
rap.
well, I was gonna say when it was on Patreon only, our podcast,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had to make the clips because that was the only way people could see
Yeah.
like what it kind of is.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then,
And a
I-
lot of people just watched Instagram clips.
Yeah.
Do you still
'Cause
do you
they're like
still
a
have the
highlight reel.
do you still have the wall of Malort?
No, but we have a wall of ops. We have pictures of like 10 people
Yeah.
that we hate.
Oh wow! Like
And then we also have a wall of fame of basically it's framed posters for someone's live special. So if they've been on the podcast and I've been to their live special,
Yeah.
they get their poster on the wall of fame.
Yeah.
how many people with live specials do you know by now?
So on the
Everyone
wall of
does it
fame,
now.
on the wall of fame right
Exactly.
now is
I got one.
Brandon, Jason, Brandon
Check
Keeper,
out mine on
Jason,
YouTube.
Dale McPeak,
Yeah.
Michael Myers,
It's called Vanity Project.
Joe Bananas, who's Joe Fernandez, but his real name is
Yeah.
Joe Bananas. His
Yeah,
stage
yeah.
name is Joe Fernandez. Zach Albers
You
is
gonna
on.
do a stand-up special?
Not even a little bit.
Why not?
It's the special part. I'd like it to be that.
I thought about becoming. So I never write jokes because I forget, but I'm always thinking of ideas, and I basically wrote like a whole special in the car for. I'm to become like a Def Jam comedian.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
man, I be getting so fucked up. My hangovers be getting hangovers.
Yeah, hell yeah!
You know?
I would love to see you.
Because
at,
I felt more hungover today than I did yesterday, and I drank Friday.
I'd
His
love to
biggest
see you
influence
at
is
the
Gary
Apollo
Owens.
Showtime at the Apollo. Kiki Shepard.
Yeah.
You just have a towel in your back pocket, and every time you hit a punchline, you go, Fuck
Yeah.
y'all, that's funny."
I'm gonna start going to bartenders.
Yeah.
And what was the other one I had?
My favorite comedian when I was starting was Gary Owens, so I really like where you're going with this.
Yeah.
My favorite Zach O'Ryan, probably.
Zach
when
O'Ryan.
it comes to like, black comedians.
What scary movie? What scary movie was Gary Owens in? I know he was in one.
Probably one of the bad ones.
Is he in one?
He has
He's a
to be.
stand-up.
Literally has to.
I only
be.
know him
know.
from. I
Gary
didn't know he
Owens
did
is-
movies.
He looks like Nick.
Oh, he's
Swardson.
been in a few. He's been in a few, like barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Whatever.
saying
Like
like
like Friday.
was he in the movie
Yeah.
Bones with Snoop Dogg or something?
It was possible. Snoop Dogg's movies, low key. Snoop Dogg's had a few movies that are pretty damn classic. He had one
What do you
where he was a
recommend?
pimp. The one where he was the
Soul
one where
Plane?
he was a pimp. No, I'm being serious, cocksucker.
He's-
like he
I
did
don't
one.
know.
He did one that was like he did one that was like damn near Shakespearean. It was like a Greek tragedy where he
he's a
he
pimp?
played a pimp.
He-
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
another guy that could get like a Hitler mustache and it would be fine.
Yeah,
He could pull it
I
off.
think it's just
Pull it
Snoop
off.
Dogg. Yeah.
Snoop Dogg could
He's
pull
friends
off
with like
anything.
Willie Nelson. Like
Yeah.
he's everyone loves
Honestly,
him.
name a more famous rapper. There's ones that have more money, but name a more famous one.
And well known. Like my dad knows the name Snoop Dogg.
Maybe
Like,
Ice-
yeah. My dad- my
Because
dad-
you could say Drake, but
Oh yeah, Drake.
Snoop goes 2 generations
Right.
back past Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And still everybody today.
Yeah.
Younger people might not know Snoop Dogg as a rapper
They-
though.
they still
like,
know-
real,
yeah,
like
but-
real young.
but-
Yeah,
people.
yeah, fair enough.
But when it comes
Like
to
Ice Cube, like has like all those kids movies. Like
Yeah.
little kids might know Ice Cube, but not know him from
You might
NWA.
But they'll
seriously
they'll
know
still
for
know the
comedic
name.
actor.
yeah,
They'll know the name Snoop Dogg. I feel like if you asked 100 people and you
Yeah.
gave them a list of like 5
Yeah.
names, they would pick Snoop Dogg the most.
Over
Even
Drake?
those dirty, stinking
That they
French.
know, yeah. But I'm talking about like 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds too.
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Like
Yeah.
my dad would not know Drake and he would know Snoop Dogg.
Okay,
Yeah,
true.
yeah. And you would still want to listen to Snoop a little bit if you were doing something like if you were playing basketball or punching somebody in the stomach.
Yeah.
Wait, what about Shaq? He has a couple rap albums.
He
Shaq.
certainly
Shaq's
does.
also
Shaquille
a.
O'Neal.
So did Kobe.
Isn't isn't Shaquille O'Neal also like a dubstep DJ too? He does everything.
I believe it.
He was a former police officer.
What? I didn't know that one at all.
Can you imagine? You put in all your effort to jump a fence and he just walks over it
Yeah.
like a hurdle.
Jesus, that'd be
Yeah.
terrifying. He's a big dude.
Getting chased by Shaq. That'd be horrifying. It'd be like
I would-
Indiana Jones running from the boulder.
Only possible way I'd get into a shootout with the cops is if the cops were Steven Seagal. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm not going out like this.
Yeah.
It's either me or him.
Yeah.
You know,
if you killed Steven Seagal, I think you'd kind of be a hero.
Yeah.
I think the same thing.
You have to
about-
go live on top of a temple and wait
Yeah.
for the next person that challenges you.
I think,
Oh, yeah, the
I think you said you'd be a hero if you killed Steven Seagal. What about Steven Hofstetter? I think you'd be a hero.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
Steve Hofstetter.
I think his mom
Hyper
just
Destroyer.
got his mom just got a Google alert. I think.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Steven Hofstetter.
Yeah.
Because we threatened to kill him all the time on our podcast.
Okay.
We made a
And he didn't like
t-shirt.
it.
We
Yeah.
made a T-shirt
Yeah.
that said, "I'm gonna kill Steve Hofstetter with a lead pipe."
He didn't like that you put a green light on him?
No.
He didn't know about it for a while, but somebody told him, and then
That's the best way to find out.
He claimed that his mom, his 80-year-old mom, had Google alerts and found it.
No.
He lied.
Yeah, he lied.
for
No,
sure.
I was about to
There's
say.
no way his
You know, I'm about to
80-year-old
Say,
mom.
you guys got reach.
No, because we have
my grandma's got Google alerts on everything. What
we
are
have
you
a whole
talking about?
we have a whole bit about or he has a whole bit about like how Stephen Hofstetter destroyed him one time.
Yeah,
when he was at
it
Stephen
was a
Hofstetter
podcast
show.
bit.
Yeah, and then I was gonna come back and kill Stephen Hofstetter. The first time we posted that bit, Stephen
Yeah.
Hofstetter commented on it like laughing or like I'm scared.
He put like good luck, guys.
Yeah, good
He,
luck.
Like,
Yeah.
He tried to do some kind of like shade, like I'm gonna end your career.
Yeah,
like kind of.
and then once he
Yeah.
heard about the T-shirt thing, then
Yeah.
he was upset apparently.
I've heard like stories. He's crazy.
Yeah,
It was like No Country for Bad Comedy.
Yeah, we're just like thriving off of drama.
yeah, we need to tour more.
I can't figure out.
We've-
Nobody
we've-
takes us serious because we start too many fights.
We're probably the biggest podcast
Maybe
in
I have to
Pittsburgh
tone
too.
it down.
Oh, in Pittsburgh?
I think we're the
Very
biggest
nice.
podcast in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Steel City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done 2 live podcasts in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. How do you like doing the live ones?
Good. The Comedy Bar, we'll probably be doing another one soon.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah,
love
we
we
just-
love those guys, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Our format and the way we just kind of riff and fuck with guests
Yeah.
is pretty good for live.
It's different than the podcast, because you want to set up some more live, like for a live crowd is, not it's gonna bore them to death if you just talk.
If you-
Yeah,
if
People
you-
do
if you-
people listen to podcasts and do stuff at the same time. So like for a live show, it's more
like if there's like an
Those
air-
live shows are selling out
Yeah.
decent sized venues these days.
Yeah.
For the right people, they are going crazy.
like if there was like a live
we want
Aaron,
planned special stuff.
if there's
have
a live-
guests
Yeah.
and stuff,
If there was like a live like Aaron Wells Fargo podcast, just for example, fake name of a Aaron Wells
No,
Fargo,
yeah,
that would
yeah.
suck. Yeah.
yeah. Aaron B. Mo Harris.
Yeah.
yeah. I've heard of him.
That wouldn't be it's not a good format for live because that's just an interview,
My good buddy Aaron Currency Exchange.
But we do bits and stuff on the pod, and we do jokes, so it's not just like an interview thing, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Can we take a piss break, or can I take a piss break?
I mean, dude, go crazy. It's upstairs to the right.
Yeah, me and Mike will talk shit about you.
Yeah. All right.
Headphones.
Hurry up. Yeah. Oh, that would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. Now go. Go.
So
Get out of here.
I hate Jason.
I do. He's wearing an orange hat with blue pants.
I know.
The fuck is he a
Did he just
Teletubby?
get back from deer hunting or something? Did he try not to get shot in the woods?
I love this country, eh?
He looks. This is what Aaron Citybank's podcast sounds like.
He's got what was the half pencil, half crayon?
Cransled.
Cransel had head ass.
Yeah, he looks like the color of a neon Cransel.
His new name is Jason Cransel.
He looks way fatter with that neon color on it. He should be wearing a black shirt.
He's shaped the same way 360 degrees
He looks like a tangerine.
from the front and the back.
He looks like a giant clementine. Jason is the giant peach.
Oh, we're mean.
Oh, SpongeBob Peach Bottoms.
Jason is the giant peach. Yep, that's
Yeah.
Jason. That wasn't us. That was these. I don't know. That
So
was,
wait, he knocked it out the park on the first episode, and you fed him, and he keep coming back.
So I did it with Ike for a while, yeah, and he kind of stopped.
No, I remember because
Yeah, and then Jason would fill in a guest host sometimes, and yeah, just fit in perfectly. And then eventually, I was just like fed up with Ike not showing up, and it would be so last minute too.
yeah.
And then so we fired him via Instagram Reel.
That is hilarious.
It's very petty, but it's very fun.
Yeah. Did you get a bump in the numbers during the controversy?
No, not necessarily. I mean, there was one point where we jumped
Yeah.
from like 35 to like 70 something, but that was when we did like a special thing.
Yeah.
And then right now we're still working on building our public platform.
Yeah.
Because that takes a while, because we've been doing it solely. I mean, when you have it only behind a paywall,
Yeah.
it's tough because you're only going to be able to get people through Instagram clips, and that's going to be generally just people in the Chicago scene, or
Yeah.
you know,
And I know my analytics. You have to be 99.9% dudes.
yeah.
And man, it's
Mostly
getting
dudes.
ladies to tap in is tough.
I mean, I don't care if women listen to
Yeah,
our podcast.
fair enough. go fly a kite,
yeah,
ladies.
there's enough guys, there's enough men.
Yeah. Do you think so these
Happy
days?
Women's Month. Yeah, women don't need to listen to my podcast.
No. I recommend against it. Oh, I'm glad you came back.
Yeah,
Good to see you.
yeah. We didn't
Oh, my friend.
talk any shit.
Hey,
Not at all. Didn't give you 5 nicknames while you were
no,
gone?
yeah.
Nope. Not even a little bit. All right, you feel better?
dude, I feel great.
I got.
Wait, now what's wrong with my orange clothes?
Oh no,
Not
nothing.
a drop.
We didn't
I
see
look
it.
cool.
I mean,
No.
they're fantastic.
You don't look like a giant
My
clementine.
favorite color on for any outfit.
It's not Jason and the
This
giant
is my.
peach.
This shirt is for, by the way, for the
Were you just hunting?
for the Brighton Hot Dog Shop, which is a hot dog place in Pittsburgh, where we watched a guy eat 6 hot dogs for breakfast. Chris
It
Grieva.
was
Shout out
amazing.
to Chris Grieva.
Did he win the competition?
No, he just did it.
He won,
that's what
he was
eats
hungry
ev-
and that was his choice.
That's what he eats every day.
He won being fed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Does he look like somebody that eats 6 hot
Yes,
dogs a day?
Mhm.
All right, fair
but
enough.
but he did it shamelessly
he was in the
front of
room-
us. But it was awesome
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
a lot of like heavier people, they hide their eating.
Yeah.
he did it. Just he got 6 loaded hot dogs, loaded
Okay.
fries for breakfast.
Oh,
And he ate it all, and I was like, "That's an awesome."
Okay.
accomplishment.
They were like chili dogs. It was like.
yeah.
And then we ate
Yeah.
almost.
It wasn't
I-
just a hot
I
dog.
need-
It
I
wasn't
need a
like
good
that
chili
Asian
dog,
guy
bro.
eating just the hot dog.
Yeah.
you know,
and this
like,
is when we were heading out of Pittsburgh.
he was
and then
going fully loaded.
we drove
Okay.
away, and he skateboarded back home, and then we went to lunch with his
fucking
like wife
awesome.
or his fiance or whatever, and like her friends.
Then he went out for lunch.
Probably ate 6 more hot dogs.
It was really cool.
Shout out Chris Grieva.
no.
The
Well,
That's
Disney
another
guy.
shirt we sell on our shop. Chris Grieve ate 6 hot dogs for breakfast. That one's been selling good.
Yeah,
He moved?
badcomedy.org.
He's out there now?
That's where he's from.
Oh, no kidding.
So he just moved back.
Okay.
Yeah, if you ever want to go out there, hit him up. and he'll
Eloquent.
find
Because
some
he
for you.
he was running a room out here for a minute, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
had
he was
a-
coming back and forth.
Big stick energy.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
yeah. I used to love his flyers, man. I did a few of those.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
It was fun time.
Yeah, he runs that show out there now, and then another show sometimes at that.
The
at-
Pittsburgh
at-
comedy
at
scene
this-
has to be wild.
Well, it's a bunch of like nuclear mutants. It's
Yeah,
like a
of
bunch
course it is.
Yeah, it's
There's
like
no choice.
they all
Freaks.
just
Yeah.
complete freaks. Like they all just
and they
climb
get
out of
stronger
cell.
the closer they move to New York.
Yeah, they,
Like 7 layers of hell.
there's a guy. Yeah, there's a guy that looks like a giant version of Evan Hull. We call him Evan Hulk.
Yeah.
There's Kaylee Horton.
He's like Brock.
Yeah.
He's like Evan Hull with Brock Lesnar's body.
Have you done? I think you've done the roast battle, no?
I have, yeah. I did it against Courtney when she was a little bit heavier, and I did only fat jokes,
Courtney
and
Peterson.
I lost unanimously
Courtney
because
Peterson.
the public doesn't like that.
They turned on
apparently.
you after the second one.
Yeah, yeah. My best one was Courtney was nice enough to give me a ride here in the covered wagon that she was pulling,
Oh Jesus!
and in the rest of the jokes, the punchline was because she's fat.
I love that you knew after the second one. You're like, it's not working, but I'm gonna triple down.
I went there with like a bomb strapped to me, knowing that I was not gonna
Yeah,
win.
hell yeah.
She came with like a printed out like
Sometimes those roasts,
laminated
they just
shit.
judge your personality too.
Yeah.
Like if you're more of a villain or a hero,
Yeah.
like pro wrestling.
Yeah,
I went there
your
as a
vibe.
heel. Yeah.
yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
well,
couldn't
you
imagine them voting for no matter what the jokes were. I couldn't imagine them voting for you over
Yeah.
Courtney.
Yeah.
like
Unless,
Courtney is
like-
cool and nice, and you're like
Yeah.
villainous and evil.
That's true. Oh, so you said that P Diddy blew up Kid Cudi's car. Mm-hmm. I think it's because he doesn't like Kid Cudi. He likes Kid Penis.
I just
kid
learned.
penis.
I just learned that P.
That
Diddy-
was a long road.
he likes kids penises, not Kid Cudi. Cudi is like another word for pussy.
Mid Cudi. That's what Kanye said.
I'm saying he's a gay pedophile.
I definitely picked up on
Yeah, I'm
it.
trying to get Jason
I
to
heard P.
understand.
Diddy tried to kill.
It wasn't even breadcrumbs. You just left a whole loaf in front of the neon sign. This way,
Who's
gentlemen.
that actor from? I
Army-
heard
Army Hammer?
from Ray from he played Ray.
Jamie Foxx.
I heard that P. Diddy tried to kill Jamie Foxx because Jamie Foxx stopped going to P. Diddy's parties.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that was Jamie Foxworthy.
I like Jamie Foxx. It makes me mad at P. Diddy.
What about Jeff?
Yeah.
What about Jeff Me Foxworthy?
I'm waiting for one of those guys to have their
The blue
their
collar
fall from
comedy
grace.
guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are they
it's
still
coming.
relevant? I thought they're kind of.
Larry the Cable
In
Guy?
their little pocket, their fan base is probably foaming at the
Yeah.
mouth, rabid.
But they
I
used to
will
have a
live and
TV
die for
show.
you.
Like they were like.
Yeah.
Larry the Cable Guy was on
Huge.
Epstein's flight logs.
Was he?
Yeah.
But was
Get out of
he
town.
was he installing the cable though, or was
Yeah, he was
actually-
just helping them with the cable.
he was just
on
doing
the
work?
plane.
Was he just contracting?
Yeah, he didn't
That's what I
fly. He
wondered.
didn't fly on the plane. He just like while it's on the ground, he helped with the
He
wiring.
put in a.
So how did that work? How did that work when everybody found out Larry the Cable Guy was just a bum from Nebraska, and that none of that. Hey, you might be neighbor.
I think they were so.
None of that
I think
was
they were
real.
so invested in him that if they like hated him for it all being an act, then their life would be a lie. So a lot of people would just like accepted it. You know.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
what I
it's-
think.
I don't think anyone cared. Did anyone care?
Well,
about he's from California or something. I think.
I'm
His
pretty
name's
sure
like
he's from
Dan-
Nebraska.
Dan or
He's-
something.
Yeah.
But Nebraska's still kind of country, so it's not like he's a complete like faker. He's
lived
just,
in Nebraska for like 7-8 years.
I mean, what
There's
happened
not
when
one person? There's nothing but farms, tractors on the road, horses like on the highway. Nobody.
yeah, but that's still country, you know.
Yeah.
Carlos Mencia wasn't Mexican?
Exactly. That's what I'm wondering. Like when they found out that
People
he-
were
he
upset about
wasn't-
that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what- that's what-
I didn't know how it didn't translate.
They were more
over.
mad about the joke stealing though, so I don't know if that would have been
fair
enough.
enough.
Because
Yeah.
Joe
Yeah.
Rogan had a whole thing about Carlos
Yeah,
Mencia.
yeah,
that's-
And he was like proud of it. He was like, "You fucking right. I'm gonna steal your jokes."
And that
bitch."
one thing, yeah.
It's
Oh my God. I'm obsessed with this.
That reminds
story,
me of
dude.
Dando Simo.
The Carlos Mencia story is incredible because there was like times where he would steal people's jokes. Like there's a story where they're filming like a HBO Latin
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
And Carlos Mencia is filming his 6-minute spot, and he
Yeah.
steals the guy who's going up after him's closer right in front of him on a TV
Yeah, up and to the right.
on a TV taping. Like, he didn't steal jokes to have material. He stole jokes to have power over his like competition. It was all like a power thing. Carlos Mencia is nuts.
Which that's like on some Machiavelli
Yeah.
shit, but this isn't the game for that necessary. I mean,
It
back
worked.
in
He
the
got a
day,
show, yeah.
back in the day before like there was a lot more cameras, but that's so bogus. And did in that story, I don't know if you know, like what did the guy after him do?
He just panicked, and he's a good enough comic that he came up with something. But obviously,
Oh, that's
obviously,
horrible.
yeah, he couldn't do anything. I guess.
And then he got off the stage and he was like, "Hey, Joe Rogan, yeah, it's me. Yeah,
There was
it's
a
your
bunch of
favorite
people.
cousin.
yeah,
Listen to what this fucking guy just did.
yeah. I got obsessed with the Carlos Mencia shit. I kind of want to make my own movie. I'll give away my
Yeah.
plan because I'll probably never do it. But I want to make like a anti-hero show with Carlos Mencia where it's like Breaking Bad, so you're like rooting for
Yeah.
Carlos Mencia to steal jokes.
Ah, yeah.
Like he's got to do it for his family or some shit.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
twist it.
that's not bad. That's not
Yeah.
bad. Send me the treatment. We can work. Nah.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know what it is. I think it's my algorithm is tweaking with me. But now if I turn on like my YouTube, it's just like, here's why this person sucks.
Yeah.
And it just keeps on it's like
That might
10
just
of those
be what
videos.
YouTube is.
It might be.
Yeah.
It's like whoever's the hottest dude person or in their field
Yeah,
right now,
yeah.
comedy, sports, podcasting or whatever. My phone's just like, you want to know why you're better than them?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, of course.
And nobody's perfect, so it's like, who do you even root for?
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is in the flight logs, dude. Like, he used to be the one that everyone liked. He had the best, likability
When
out
it
of any
came
celebrity.
out, Stephen Hawkins was in
Yeah.
the flight laws. Like, pardon?
Yeah.
Are we past?
He had to be-
Are we
he had
past
to be-
Mencia?
He had to be eating so much
Well,
pussy.
I mean, you barely missed Mencia.
Well, you should tell him about when you bought Dan DeSimo's book.
Dan
You stole one of
DeSimo?
Dan DeSimo's?
No, he
jokes?
bought Dan DeSimo's book that Dan DeSimo wrote
Oh, yeah, I bought Dan DeSimo wrote a book called...
on his website.
What's it called?
Shout out Dan DeSimo.
I think it
in
was
your
called
book.
"You Ever Eat Just One Pringle."
Yeah, it's called You Ever Eat Just One Pringle.
That is wordy.
So I'm reading this book. It's weird. It's mentioning all these LA comics like Dave Chappelle and stuff. And then the book jacket fell off. And underneath it, it was Carlos Mencia's biography. Dan just stole the book.
Yeah, he's been selling.
And
He's been selling
I'm like-
Carlos Mencia's book as
I
his
bought
own.
it on his website, jeffdunham.com.
This is. Do you remember Chaz Palminteri in Usual Suspects when he figured out
Yeah.
that Kobayashi was really Kaiser Soze?
He's looking around the room,
That's what just happened to me, bro.
connecting the dots.
Except you should have known something was wrong when you had to go to jeffdunham.com to get the book.
Yeah, it was expensive. No refunds.
Just blew my whole mind. You-
I also, while I was peeing, I figured out my other Def Jam joke.
What's
Okay.
that?
While I'm peeing, I always remember like a bunch of things.
Nice.
It's man, time be crazy, like sometimes they take an hour away, you like fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Where'd that hour go? Then the other time of the year you get that free hour, you're like shit, I'll take that hour.
Now I would say the punchline might need a little punching up, but the premise solid as a rock.
Yeah.
I mean, these are both today I came up with. So
You need to, like,
these-
a-
No, yeah,
That just
topical.
needs to-
You're a master of topical.
Yeah, so
humor.
the one about how my hangovers get hangovers, that is still just a premise, and then
I mean, that's
the
just good
time
wordplay.
And the time one is also just a premise.
Yeah.
So
You might be able to just sew it all
these aren't
together with a
finalized,
really good act
but
out,
you can catch me at
know?
bar 10 doors.
You want to
or
talk about
riddles.
connecting, casting a wide net, talking about time being fucking crazy, time be crazy.
Yeah.
Every single person in the audience
They're like-
just had their clock move forward. They're gonna go, this fucking guy.
They go, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't need my whole chair when Mac's on
Uh-huh.
stage, just the edge.
But but once I say that, I gotta.
And I need the aisle to run around in a circle laughing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Make
yeah.
some room and put some pads on the walls.
I have to pause for like 2 minutes after saying, "Don't time be crazy," because
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Man, you right, he right."
Yeah.
Don't forget the towel. You gotta dust off the forehead.
Yep.
Yep. Oh
Get some
man.
jeans with a picture of yourself airbrushed in them.
Yeah.
And find somewhere to
Bernie Mac.
smack the mic.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. The legs already been taken. The hands already been taken.
I've
you might could do a little.
The head. Ooh.
Well, no, the head's been done, but
Who does the head?
one time I did it at a show on
'Cause
my.
that's genius.
I think I did this on PD show. I was
This
like,
is where it comes from, people.
no, I was like, my gun got stolen from me, and I hit my head like that with the mic, and then I
Yeah.
just started hitting all over my body. I think this was at an open mic actually.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I hit like every part of my body with it. People were like, what's going on?
He's falling apart.
I started malfunctioning, just hitting myself all over my body with the mic for like 15 seconds.
I don't know. He started doing black comedy, and then his life just fell apart.
It's funny because there's two types of black comedy. Because
Oh,
some people call like dark comedy black comedy.
Okay.
Like,
Oh.
you know,
Like dark, no, dark comedy
Like,
is
like-
certainly white comedy.
Like,
I
I know.
just banged my dad is all, it's all north side, buddy.
Some people,
Wait a minute.
some,
Black guys don't have sex with their dads?
All right, you're gonna miss your opportunity.
no, I'm just saying. Like, some people call
I
like
thought you were gonna say the dads weren't there to fuck.
that's good.
Guys, come
I'm
on.
Not I'm not
Come
racist
on, buddy.
enough.
You're gonna let me write your
God
dark
damn
comedy?
it.
Get out of here.
I wish I was as racist as you would think of that.
I know. Yeah, that's a problem. We're not racist enough.
Jesus,
Fuck.
guys, come on, step your game up.
Yeah.
Cut your mustache the right way.
That's why we
and
haven't
start
been
writing
canceled.
these bars.
Do you all ever hear about that fucked up movie where the black kid fucks his dad, but it's like rape? Do you know? Never mind. There's a movie.
No.
that's
We're not moving off of this topic. You're gonna sit in that.
It's like an
Explain
A24
yourself.
movie. It's like a big movie, or it's an A24 director.
Boys in the Hood.
You talking about like the one with
It's called, like-
Mahershala Ali?
It's
or
like
whatever?
meet the something's family. It's like a name. of a
Medea goes
family.
to prison.
I could Google it on my phone if you really want to know.
That's the only.
That's
It's a
a
big- it's a
hefty
big
claim.
movie.
That is a
It's a movie.
Menace
yeah.
to
super
Society.
out there something to say.
I mean, it's just like I couldn't believe they made it. It seems offensive to me.
That's a lot of movies. We're just gonna wait patiently.
Yeah, let's
for
wait,
The,
yeah.
I
No
just
pressure.
want to see. I just want to see the realization when he finds out that this was just a fever dream.
No.
This
Yeah,
was
he
this
just,
was-
he just imagines.
called
this was a
Black
Malort
dad
fantasy.
Fucking, yeah.
It's called
Black dad fucking their
This
kid.
is- he's
fucking their
remembering
son.
his search history.
it's called The Strange Thing About the Johnsons.
He types in gay,
On
gay
what-
Ebony family.
Where
incest.
where did it go? Where did it? This sounds like it was on Wiener Circle production.
Yeah.
No,
he's,
this is
he typed in,
this is an artsy movie.
Of course.
he
it
typed
is.
in gay Ebony incest.
2011.
Now look, your algorithm shows things that the computer and the internet think are pertinent to you. So how did this pop up in your feed?
Yeah,
sir?
weird.
Me and my group who defend offensive things towards black people were upset about this. Me and
We have to get this taken down.
white Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. It'll probably do something.
The
in
White
cons.
Panthers. Me and the White Panthers.
Yeah.
Isn't white chocolate kind of racist? The fact that it exists.
You mean Jason Williams from the Sacramento Kings?
It's just like trying to what's it called? When you try to make everything
gentrifying
whiter.
Chocolate.
No,
Yeah.
We're
there's a
culturally
word for it.
appropriating chocolate.
Like when you put like a cream in your black coffee, or when you put like
Whitewashing.
whitewashing.
Yeah.
We're whitewashing chocolate.
That would be interesting if chocolate was a color and not a candy.
it is
when
both.
you talk about colorism.
Let's have a whole
I
talk
just
about
learned about this
colorism.
from my girlfriend. She's black, and she was
Colorism?
telling me about there's caramel and chocolate, and there's like different shades that women care about.
All I know is
if
light-skinned
anybody
dude.
I've ever grown up with, another man called me caramel. It's either me or him.
I get that man
I've
to
met-
man, but women I think are really into this.
Yeah.
Because I think it goes.
They're also into like murder mysteries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and lip gloss.
Michael Robinson's dad.
I listen. I just can't care.
Michael Robinson's dad told me that I'm not white. I'm light skinned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. And he threw the extra ed.
And I was
on
like,
there.
thank you so much. Yeah.
When I
Yeah.
worked at Chicago public schools, they used to call me light skinned James Harden.
Yeah.
I like that,
But,
and I can
you
see
know,
it.
They were
You
fourth
got a mean
graders.
step back.
Yeah.
So I was pretty good at basketball because I was about 4 feet taller than them.
Yeah, just
That's how I got
swatting
the
them.
nickname. Yeah.
I mean, you're leaving out
And,
they called him light
and I had
skinned
a
fat
beard.
James Harden.
Yeah. They didn't call me fat. because they were nice.
James fat and
Yeah.
fat and
Wait, did you started your show on your own?
the podcast.
Yeah.
Get us
With
back on track, please.
No. There's absolutely no format.
No,
I'm interested.
I started.
This is my brain.
I started with Ike because we both started comedy kind of together. He was doing it like a month prior to me, maybe, or a couple weeks, and then I started doing it, and then just kind of went full head on in, just going to North Bar for my first whole year of comedy, pretty much. Like 3 times a week.
Why did they close?
You ever go to a show there?
Yes, too many. Way too many.
It should be self-explanatory.
I don't know though, but it was. I guess because
From what I understand, the people who owned, because I ran a Beer Belly open mic there,
Yeah.
and Jim said the owners wanted to sell it. There's like a bunch of people who own the building and they want to get rid of it.
yeah, so they
I
sold.
think COVID wasn't great, like for
Oh,
businesses and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
They were just like, let's get rid of this.
There's still
And
a tear in my eye for all those mom and pop spots that got like for
Oh,
real.
yeah.
shit
Yeah,
canned
no, I
during
love
COVID.
North Bar,
you
but
can
yeah.
see the difference of the city. Like
But
all
there's
the
just
shit.
there's still
Fuck
nothing
yeah.
where North Bar was.
No.
Yeah, there'll be no Starbucks.
From
any
what
minute
Jim
now.
was saying is that they wanted
Yeah.
to put another a bar with like food there, and they want to shut that down and like get the right permits for that. But I don't know, it could have just shut down because of money. But it was starting to pop
was-
off a lot more and getting busier.
Yeah. They put in that
Anytime I went
hotel-
there for the mic, it was packed
Like,
out.
yeah, Beer Belly was always packed. Yeah.
They put in that hotel like right across the street too. I don't know. Thought
And
the
then
area
I was
might come up or
running
something.
a show and a mic on Sundays.
But also, I always thought it was a bad area. Like I ran my open mic started at a bar called Pint, which was like on Milwaukee, right by North, like kind of by
Okay.
all that shit, Six Corners.
Okay.
The Damon Blue.
Yeah,
Line.
yeah.
And that was awesome because people just walk in.
Six
and then I
Corners
moved
like
to
this.
North Bar, which is just on the street, and
Wow,
like
growth and
it
development.
was just like way worse.
This is how I. Hey Jason,
Yeah.
this is like 6 corners.
Yeah, nice.
I just love the amount of time you had to devote to that.
Well, I can do it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I
It's
could spell-
Folk
I could-
Nation,
I think
folks.
I could spell blood. Hold on. How do you do
I don't- you have to like bend your finger over it. That everyone learns that one when they're a little
Yeah,
kid.
dude,
The-
that shit's cool.
The star is more
Dude,
advanced.
should
You
see
learn that
this.
one. When
Let me
you-
show you this S I could draw.
I used to. Is that still around?
The Super S, dude.
Yeah, the Super S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still around. People don't know where it came from or what it means.
Absolutely
It's like a
not.
symbol in culture in all cultures across the world.
yeah.
I had a pretty good.
I think it's from aliens.
I have a pretty good conspiracy. I forgot. I had
that
more
and the
details to
temples.
it. I'm not gonna have enough details for this conspiracy, but it was that all black people are Jewish, and it was because like Folk Nation, like they throw up the 6-pointed star, the Star of David.
Yeah.
I know it's for Dave Barksdale, but
You gotta
it's
check
Jewish.
out these guys, the black.
And there's also the
Israelites.
black Israelites.
yeah.
And then I had more proof, but I forgot it. But
I love that you called it proof,
that.
not wildly loose speculation.
So I'll just go ahead and say all black people are Jewish, and that's not bad.
Yes.
Well,
And the
there's
comments
certain-
of Mac Nepper are made and owned by Mac Nepper
Hey.
and him alone.
Are not the views
Are not
of
the
real
views
rape
or representation of
I think
real regular ass people podcast acronym. Has nothing to do with the extra E.
I was wondering what the acronym was. I didn't know what it was prior to it, but
Yeah.
we're not regulars. You shouldn't have had us on.
I've had Michael Robinson on here twice. The bar is set.
You want to hear
pretty
some?
fucking
You want to
high.
hear some real crazy shit? My girlfriend's dad is an English teacher. He thinks that the hobbits from the Lord of the Rings were actually black.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. In real
He
history.
thought Tolkien was cultural appropriating.
Yeah, I was like, I think Tolkien was racist.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would do that.
When
But
I
there's, like,
when
some
I saw the
passages.
guy that wrote the books for Game of Thrones, I was like, oh, that dweeb. Yeah, you do have all the time in the day to sit at home and think
Yeah.
about 5,000 different characters.
Yeah.
All
Doesn't
doing
he
the
look
weirdest
like
shit.
Peter Jackson, the director of Lord of the Rings?
I was gonna go with Peter Dinklage, all grown up.
No,
Who would you rather be, Peter Jackson or Peter Dinklage?
Peter. Well,
Peter Dinklage kind of has like charisma.
He
He's got,
also-
like a
he
vibe.
I'd shoot myself before I had the last name Dinklage.
yeah. And he's a midget.
Imagine having that name, being a little person, and being so badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of
He's-
voice.
he's
he gets a
dope.
lot of voiceover work
He's got
too
like a strong
for like documentaries and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
If
he's-
I had to pick a Game of Thrones character, I'd want to be him.
I would want to
Yeah.
be probably
You're a
Joffrey.
little fingery kind of guy.
Or
Okay.
little finger. Jason would be the eunuch guy.
I'll be
Yeah.
Big Finger.
No, you'd be the bald
Ah, I
eunuch.
see what
I
you
never
did there.
watched it.
Yeah.
Well, you'd be Lord Varys.
I would
Yeah.
be.
No, you're Lord Varys.
I'd be I'd be Lord Venarial.
Nah, I got you.
It'd be tough
I'd
for
never
Lord
seen
Varys.
the
to get-
show. I never watched it.
Lord
Yeah.
Varys says is a eunuch, so he doesn't have a dick.
Yeah.
He's cut off.
Well, that wouldn't be me because I have a dick.
I think actually you don't.
I'm glad,
Shows what
I'm
you
glad
know.
we got to the bottom of this.
Turns out you don't. Actually.
Turns out, actually, I do, and I'm rubber and you're glue.
Well, fuck.
Oh, you lost.
Yeah.
All right, you're in the timeout chair.
I lost. Okay. Next topic.
The first person that came up with "I'm rubber, you're glue" must have
Yeah.
blown
It was
Yeah.
Albert
people's
Einstein.
minds away.
It was Albert Einstein.
He was in a circle of fourth graders, and he
Yeah.
just said, "Yo, guess what, pal?
Mm-hmm.
I'm rubber."
Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks
Yeah.
to you.
I heard the
bitch.
other-
And that was the origin of this. Little known fact: running away from the joke, laughing hysterically, was actually started by white folks, and it was the first time they heard "I'm rubber, you're glue," and they
Yeah, Albert Einstein has two famous quotes. That was his second famous
Yeah,
quote. His
yeah.
first famous quote was, what was it? It was the thing
was,
about sticks and stones.
Not.
No, it was the next.
I'm on fleek.
yeah.
He's like, I don't know what weapons
Oh.
this war is gonna be fought with, but the next war is gonna be fought with
Yeah.
sticks and stones. And then he also came out with sticks and stones may break my bones, words will never hurt me.
Lesser known fact is after he said "sticks and stones may break my bones," he went period.
Yeah,
Facts.
Oh, you big man.
he said bars.
Don DeMarco.
Albert Einstein. Albert.
Yeah,
what
he
about-
was a cousin fucker.
What about
What?
Albert Epstein? Albert Epstein.
You didn't know
I
that?
know that one, no.
Literally, he married his first cousin.
Yeah.
Broke up with his wife, who most people believe actually helped him come up with a majority of his equations.
Whoa.
And then got rid of her. Widely also believed that he was cheating on her. And then married his first cousin.
Nuts.
Was
I
their
didn't know
kid?
about that.
his
Was
life
their
with that.
kid a genius?
I don't know if he had a kid.
Maybe it was Albert Epstein. Was the
Supposed
kid.
to, so I understand you're supposed to marry your second cousin.
Yeah.
Or just, you know.
Because it's like the first cousin, your genes, they
Yeah.
hit wrong, you know, and it's a fucked up baby. But if you marry the second cousin, everything hits right.
Yeah.
You have a
So
super
So
baby.
everyone's supposed to marry the second cousin.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to marry outside of the family.
Create a super
because you
genetically
want to have
perfect-
you want to have a dynasty.
Yeah.
You know, like the kings.
Yeah.
You know, you want to have a dynasty.
Yeah.
I know a girl named Shadynasty. She's
Yeah.
white.
Sometimes you're trying to have a dynasty and then you have a Rasputin.
Yeah, that's true. Rasputin. Do you know who Rasputin is? He was-
Please elaborate.
So back in the day, this is like pre-World War One.
Is Russia? Or,
This is Russia. So Nicholas, the Tsar, the king, emperor, god of Russia or whatever, he had this like aide guy who was like basically like a wizard or a
Yeah.
mystic, and he would just
They
fuck,
had
he
a-
would just
they
fuck
had
his
a-
wife all the time.
they had a hemophiliac kid.
A kid that couldn't stop bleeding.
Yeah.
So when his blood wouldn't clot, and then this guy had some way of like helping him. So they're like thought he was magical.
And then basically
He was basically a homeless like farmer guy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he
He
just
was
applied
stinky and he
pressure.
had a lot of sex.
Vagabond.
I mean, he probably
Yeah.
just applied pressure to the guy's wound or whatever.
I think I legit think from what I listened to a podcast about it, I think he just got lucky. Honestly,
Yeah.
Like, he
Well,
was-
didn't they try and stab him, poison him, shoot him, fucking
Yeah.
hang him upside down?
Yeah, and
by
he
his
wouldn't
big
die,
toes?
yeah.
he killed him in like the craziest way.
Yeah,
Well,
they
yeah.
shot him a bunch of times,
Well,
like
yeah.
threw him in a river.
Yeah.
Well, dude, they tried to kill him a bunch of times and failed. But basically, he had the ear of the wife of the Tsar, and she would and she had influence
Yeah.
on policy and stuff. So
Yeah.
all the peasants were like, "Fuck this! Who's this guy?" Just like basically running our country. This like big bearded guy with a big dick.
Yeah, it looked like
You
Chris
know,
Damon.
he was homeless. Yeah, it looks like Chris Damon.
Yeah. I need to know more about H.H. Holmes, man.
Oh yeah, he's from Chicago.
Who's that?
Shout out to Chicago. H.H. Holmes.
H.H. Holmes,
serial
he's
killer.
credited as the first known serial killer.
They said he was killing people
America, at
during the
least.
World Fair or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
he
heard
built
of that.
a giant dungeon house.
A giant dungeon mansion house, and he built it with like 3 different construction crews.
That's what Devil
with
in the White
different
City or whatever
plans.
is written on.
Yeah. So that nobody knew the entire, like the police would knock at the door and be like, hey, a whole bunch of fucking white women in your neighborhood are missing. and he just shoved He had the Home Alone house.
Yeah.
But for
Yeah.
murder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
for
if
real.
you have two initials and then a last name, you're either an author or a serial killer. If I'm
J.K.
not wrong.
Rawlings.
J.K. Rowling.
And J.K. Simmons.
Oh, from
Yeah.
the drumming movie.
Yeah, I call it the same thing.
Whiplash.
I
almost
love
called
it.
it
Oh,
Drumline.
fuck, you ruined
I
it.
almost called
I
it
hated
Drumline.
knowing the name. Like, I was like, that one Drummond movie with the guy from, from Oz.
J.K. Simmons and Nick Cannon.
Cannon.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon. in a drumming
Cannon.
movie.
Cannon.
Yeah. Yay!
Damn, son, where'd you find this? Trapaholics,
Hey.
biatch.
He took it back to the Wheezy mixtape days,
Cannon.
bro.
Louisiana.
The Cannon. What do you young ladies have to promote?
Follow me at Bad Boy Comedy on everything. We'll have a live show at Comedy Bar at some point, but just follow at Bad Comedy Podcast on Instagram. Watch our normal episodes on any platform, but the better ones are on Patreon at patreon.com/badcomedy. I'm also, you'll catch me at
Yeah.
every comedy club across the
Before
city.
we-
all the
before
time.
we- before we get
less
outta
than
here.
less than a beer a month.
My fault. Before we get out of here, be serious, cocksucker. Talk about passing the bar or whatever you have to do to be a fucking
Yeah,
numbers
you're
guy.
a lawyer now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm an official stockbroker. I passed my SIE test, my Series 6, my Series 63. So
Don't brag.
if you are looking to
Do you know what that even means?
Not even a little. I'm not
I was like-
impressed.
I'm
I
so
was like, what?
Show me your millions or
Was
shut
he,
up.
Was he bragging?
so
I passed the ASVAB too, asshole.
what that means is that I can open up basically mutual fund savings accounts. So you can get like 9% back on your shit instead of like your 3% in your
Sponsor
savings. So holler at me, and yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually a sock broker. I'm selling green ones and orange ones. And blue. I'm opening a sock store.
we talked about that yesterday, didn't we?
Out of everything that was said today, that's the one that blew me away.
Wait, no, who runs the sock? The
Wait, the sock broker?
No, remember, isn't there somebody who has a monopoly on the sock game? he already said this
I
yesterday.
can't remember.
You
Dude.
got it. You got
My
it.
brain
cheap.
we-
fried.
I don't know, whatever. He's a sock broker, so I buy socks from
I'm
him.
thinking about getting into nylons.
Yeah.
Do you have any plugs?
Cool Jason Melton on Instagram or jasonmeltoncomedy.com.
Twitch?
Jason Melton Twitch, and I have a Discord now, but I don't know.
Oh, you
what
play
it
you
is.
play the video games?
No, I just talk.
Oh yeah. I didn't know you could just do that on Twitch.
People are not all right. You could legit run your own TV show live on Twitch,
Yeah.
and it helps you. It's monetized. You can make money doing it. People are not taking advantage of Twitch. My buddy does it. Check out Leslie Tanner on
Yeah.
Twitch. It's
Yeah.
incredible what
Shout
he's
out
doing.
Leslie Tanner.
He does a call-in show where he plays like an 80s self-help therapist guy.
No
and
kidding.
It's incredible. Like
He's a good friend of our show.
and
He
you could
was on
have
our-
the people in the chat pay to put messages on the screen. Like you could have them interact, like spend like points that you get for free to like trigger videos on the screen. You know?
Okay.
It's like an interactive. You can have an interactive TV show,
Oh, that's
and
fire.
people are not using it. They just play video games.
Well,
on it.
Jason,
you can do so
stop
much.
telling people about it.
I want more people to get into it. I don't know.
Well, no, don't tell people to
That's
be
what inspired
creators.
me. I get like 10 people come to mind at a
Okay.
time. You know, I'm not big, but I think I want to do it more. I just don't have time.
Yeah.
So check
It's
out
cool as
his,
shit.
but don't make your own and compete against him.
It is kind of dying too because COVID. And people aren't online like they were. during
Jason, you
COVID.
do have an album coming up, right?
I did an album. I'm gonna do an album.
Bars?
I'm gonna record an album
Spitting that hot
January,
fire?
November 11th, 2022.
Yeah, he's got one coming up in 2022.
recorded-
How many acoustic guitars are in it?
No, it's
There's two cops.
me doing stand up.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
I want to do some music too. I play
Yeah.
music. I
I'm
play
sure you
music with
do.
Power Hour. I play bass.
I could do.
hell yeah.
We could do a musical comedy show.
I'm gonna do an Ass to Ass show soon.
I have Dan Docimo
Ass to Ass is
songs.
the band from Power Hour.
Quick, your best Trump impression.
Joe Biden's gay. Obama's black. It's really, if you're listening to audio, it's the hand motions. The voice isn't good. It's the Ziploc bag motion he does.
Oh man, and I'm Mike Knight Comedy on all the things. If you kids, I had a blast. If you kids stuck around the whole time and waited to this last 90 seconds of true quality and value, but make sure you're checking out Bad Comedy Podcast. All the things are going to be flying through around this general moment here with all the graphics and the edits and everything. And then click on the things over here. Keep an eye out for Jason's comedy album. Keep an eye out for Hot Bars and Straight Fire on the SoundCloud and mixtape scene from Magnupper.
It'll be a Bartenders
with his
my new
Ribbity raps.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna keep an eye out for him at Bartenders and with my camera phone out. That will be a part of the episode. Trust and believe the moment I see him recording immediately. And then just make sure you like, share, subscribe. Thank you for coming back. Mike Knight, Real Rap Podcast. Love y'all. Peace.
Hell yeah.